Hello crypto geeks, and welcome to another exciting video on this consolidation beautiful day. We are seeing a bit of red, but today I have some juicy information for you. In fact, I have the entire Hinman deposition up and ready to talk about that for you today. Now with the deposition, I'm going to split it into a couple of different videos, and we'll get into exact question answers for Hinman's deposition. And before I get too deep into talking about anything, you guys, if you have not clicked that like button, please do that now. It really helps us out, helps this channel grow. And if you've not clicked subscribe, please do that. Make sure your notifications are on for the latest updates. And like I said, for the next little while, we're going to be talking about exactly what happened in the deposition, and I have the full transcript, so we'll discuss it one question at a time, and I think it's going to take a couple of videos, but I'm going to do that for you guys because you deserve to know. With that said, I'm not a financial or a legal advisor. Always do your own research. Today, Bitcoin's sitting at about 2% down, and same goes, or about 5% for XRP, and it looks like ADA is sitting at $1.95. Now, there's been some documents that have been sent or released or sent to Judge Netburn today from the SEC. One of the main documents that was sent out is the document that the SEC has filed to oppose Ripple and the individual defendants' motion to challenging the SEC's improper assertion of deliberative process and other privileges. So if this doesn't make sense to you as what this is, basically the SEC is, if you look at the recent documents or recent releases, the SEC has basically, rather than giving Ripple all the documents that were ordered about Ethereum and Bitcoin and so on, the internal documents, that was granted through motion by Judge Netburn twice. The Ripple was granted access to those internal documents from the SEC, and the SEC didn't follow any of those orders. And then when they decided to follow those orders, what they did was they listed all of the documents and sent the list to Judge Netburn, but said that all of these documents were privileged documents, which means documents that we can't let Ripple see. So Ripple obviously fought that out and went back to court. What the hell is happening here? And now the SEC has just responded to that. SEC is playing a very dirty game. Obviously, they don't want to hand out any of the documents that they have about Ethereum and Bitcoin. Now, if you're smart and really savvy like me, you actually click on the document. And I did do that. I clicked on the document, did a brief scan, and you go down, you scroll down, you scroll down, you scroll down further, and you keep scrolling, and then guess what you find down there? In Exhibit B. You find Mr. Hinman's deposition, question, answer. Question, answer. This is beautiful. Now, I did have a brief look at this here, but as soon as I started looking through it, I said, my viewers, the crypto geekers out there, need to know exactly what happened in the deposition. Keep in mind, there's a lot of sealed content. So you'll see a lot of these black lines that you're seeing here. And when you see those black lines, it means this is what's sealed. So this is not allowed to be released to the public. There's been even seal issues between the SEC and Ripple, and I'm not even going to get into that because that would be like a 10-minute video on its own. But so we won't get into that. And they ask him about everything. How about, this is Ripple asking, and how about the Ethereum Foundation and so on. So we're going to get into all these details, but guys, look how much is sealed. The moment, this is something I noticed as looking briefly through it. And again, I'm going to get into the specifics in the next couple of videos. So make sure your notifications are on. And if there's anything major, I'm going to post it on Twitter and on my Discord. The link for the Discord is in the description. You want to be the first to know, because what is in here is going to affect 100% the judge's decision and going to affect the price of XRP. So, but something I noticed just initially, there's every time there's any discussion about Ethereum. So you start getting Ripple asking about Ethereum, look what happens afterwards. Black, 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 black. All sealed. All right, let's go back to the next part where it's sealed. Okay, and let's see the question. And how did you do that in anticipation of... This is all about the him working before joining the SEC and working for the firm that was involved in the purchase of crypto, and his preparation for understanding and working through the Howey test. And now I read this, I'm going to give you a bit of a spoiler. So the SEC, or Ripple, sorry, asks him about his understanding and had he applied the Howey test before. And he said, you know, my previous job didn't involve me looking at the Howey test. They told him, did you prepare for it working, knowing that you're going to get this position, this high-ranking position within the SEC? And he says, yes. They asked him, okay, so how long did you prepare for it? When did you prepare for it, for the Howey test? Mid-2016, so a little while before he started working at the SEC, in anticipation that I might need to use it within the SEC. But when he was working for this firm that was buying crypto, he wasn't looking at, he didn't know anything about the Howey test. He didn't do any review. See the subtle things that the SEC, that Ripple is bringing out of him? Now, this is not going to be discussed in the actual transcript, but it's going to be discussed when you go into the expert stage, where they bring experts to discuss this with the judge, right? It's going to matter. Again, I'm going to get into question by question, but I just want to bring to your attention to these little details. And again, as soon as we get into that, sealed. Now we continue. Let's take a look at the rest of the sealed documents here. This is about right after a break. It was sealed again. Sealed, sealed, sealed. I can guarantee you there's some discussion about Ethereum right before the seal. Okay, and then they get into the Ethereum Foundation. He talks a little bit, and then seal, 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 seal. Keep sealing, keep sealing. Guys, this is not just me talking about this. This is fact. This is the transcript. This is the official transcript. Again, I shared it on my Twitter, Crypto Geek News. And on Discord. So make sure the link for the Discord is in the description. But this is real. And a beautiful thing is once we look at this in detail, you'll get a glimpse of exactly what's happening. Sometimes, again, if you read, the beginning of a sentence and the end of the sentence, you kind of get the gist of what's probably in the middle. And that's why I want to go through this in lots of detail with you guys. And again, this is a very, very long discussion. In fact, he was deposed for 7 hours. 7 hours of questioning by Ripple. And for those, or the SEC tried to, in the last document, say 7 useless hours. But you know what? If Ripple didn't get anything in the first 2 or 3 hours, I guarantee you they wouldn't push forward. But they're getting what they want. And again, a simple thing is that, what I mentioned a little while ago about the actually looking at the Howey test. And whether he understood the Howey test before his position with the SEC, having worked for an organization that actually that was buying crypto. Then they got to him asking him about XRP, and the moment they get into XRP and regulation, more sealing. And it's not like they seal a sentence; they're sealing the entire discussion. But guys, this is a very long list. And we're going to go through it in sections again, guys. So make sure you pay attention to the next couple of videos. And again, they talk about FinHub and sealed. So regardless, we're going to get into this. And we're going to get some juicy information for you guys. I'm going to get into some juicy information. I'm going to go through it with you guys one sentence at a time. Again, make sure you like this video. Make sure your notifications are on. I'm hoping I can get the first video out going through the first part of the deposition today. Notifications on. And if not, hopefully early tomorrow. Okay, but we'll get into all of this. Again, look how much, guys. Look, we got a ton to go through, but it's important. It's very important, and it's all information that's going to be relevant to this case. We're at the end of discovery. Discovery ends in the initial stage of discovery ends in about 13 days. So this is all going to be looked through and talked about to the judge and an expert by the end of expert discovery. So get excited, and we're going to talk about this. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video and kind of giving you a bit of a glimpse. We'll get into specifics again shortly, and make sure you click that like button, and make sure you're subscribed. Make sure your notifications are on. Crypto Geek News is Twitter, and the Discord link is in the description. See you in the next video.